Week 5 of the SFL Minor League continues tonight here in, where are we, Gerald? I don't even know where we went. Ottawa, my bad. Here in Ottawa with Lexington Miners and the Ottawa Cavalry. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs. Joining me in the booth is the man with a house for sale, if anybody's interested, Gerald Smith. You're watching the Simulation Football League Minor League Season 6, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, as long as we don't keep getting lost north of the border.
Well, listen, sometimes when we travel, Cam sends us in this hypersonic jet, and we get discombobulated, and it happens to the best of us. But, Gerald, we got a good one tonight. We've got a couple of teams that are doing pretty good so far in the minor leagues. Through the first 4 weeks of play, Lexington, they've come through with a 500 record. Ottawa with a 500 record. So both of them sitting at 2-2. They're about middle of the pack in the rankings. There's still a few weeks left of regular season play before the playoffs. What are the keys to victory for these teams?
Defense. It comes down to defense. Both teams come into this week with a top 2 defense in yards allowed, with Lexington being number 1 in the category and Ottawa being number 2. Ottawa is only allowing just under 14 points a game, which is a league best, while also having the number 1 pass defense. Lexington boasts the best pass offense to go along with their number 1 defense. Whichever team executes best on defense should come away with the win.
All right, well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. So we will head down to the field where we are underway. Ottawa will start things off on offense for us tonight, led by quarterback John Lakeman.
Sounds like a southern name, Lake Man.
The Lake
or is
Man.
that anywhere? Lakes are anywhere, I guess.
Well, yeah, Gerald, as luck would have it for people who need water, there's lakes nationwide, across the world, in fact, I would think. But Lakeman under center. He's going to hand the ball off to Dwayne Salmons for the first play of the game, and that will go for a gain of 1. The starting offense for the Ottawa Cavalry is quarterback John Lakeman, with the halfback Dwayne Salmons, wide receiver Michael Knight, Isaiah King IV, and the tight end, I'm going to absolutely butcher this name, Gerald, Azami Mihata. Maybe I didn't butcher it. First try. Second down and 9. Ball is handed off to Salmons. Right up the middle again. No gain on the play will bring up a quick third down.
Yeah, and one of the keys to, both these teams have really, really good defense, right, coming into this week. And one of the bright spots on the defense, for the Miners is Robert Brady, right? So he actually leads the league in sacks with 4 coming into this week.
A little bit of a different look on offense now for the Cavalry as they go 4 wide receivers in the tight end. Lakeman steps up, throws over the middle, and that one is complete into coverage. Tight pass, and Michael Knight hauling that one in for a first down into about the midfield area.
Yeah, it almost looks like that the DBs, like the corner covering him, kind of lost him a bit. He was able to get right in front of the safeties there, and the quarterback was able to hit him. The Lake Man was able to hit him.
You're obsessed already. Ball is handed off to Salmons. This time going for a loss of 1. Not having a lot of luck in the run game yet.
No, but they'll get it going. Because this is, these guys being rookies and everything else, right? They're just still trying to find their way around, the offense and stuff like that. So they'll get under them and they'll get going good.
Trips up to the top, play action. Steps back up into the pocket and hit Knight on an out route down to the bottom. Complete for a gain of 5. Sets up a third down and 6. The starting defense for the Lexington Miners. Defensive linemen Robert Brady and Gerald Cumbus. The linebackers DJ Killigan and Noah Razier. The corners Andre Tucker and Nathan Nur. The safeties Todd Rigsby, Guy Incognito, Jukin Rukin Jr., and Toby Nur. 4 wide receivers set on third down. Lakeman, deep drop, looks, has time, throws short. That one's nearly picked off. Todd Rigsby got his hands on it, but it falls down to the turf. Brings up a fourth down. Ottawa will have to punt this one away.
And that's where Lexington's number 3 pass defense comes into play. They played some man coverage, and the quarterback didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. He thought he had an open guy, but that safety dropped down a little bit low and was able to kind of, jump right in front of it and almost took it to the house for a pick 6.
A.L. Barrett Jr. on to punt. A name I haven't heard in a long, long time. Punt drops down all the way to the 1 and is down. A beautiful job by Barrett to get that one all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that is where Lexington will take over.
And you know what? Like, seeing that punt, that was better than some of them pros in the punt it down. Usually, you kick a little bit too hard, or one of the defenders grabs it and runs it in the end zone. But this is an excellent way for Ottawa to pin back Lexington.
So first down for the Lexington Miners. Chad Moore is dropped in the end zone for a safety. And that is the first score. First score of the ball game. 2-0, Gerald. A very common football score. Defensive tackle Liam Howard getting back to Moore. And a very short opening drive for the Miners.
Yeah, they didn't get nothing going. Look, and that's credit to K.L. Barrett Jr. punting the ball and putting his defense in a position to succeed, and they did. Quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball, tried to roll out, and that defender was on him real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why a team would want a player like Barrett. There's 3 phases to the game, right? So, offense, defense, and special teams. And that time, special teams is ultimately what got that 2 points for Ottawa. It's tough. You have no room to work when you're backed up all the way back to the 1. So, just like that, the offense for the Cavalry back out onto the field. Lakeman back under center. 2 wide receivers, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Dwayne Salmons in the backfield. Salmons gets the ball again. Once again met right at the line of scrimmage. This time he'll be credited with a 2-yard gain, second down.
Yeah, and Salmons have been having trouble running the ball like most of the season. He's only averaging under 3 yards a carry at 2.7. So, the Ottawa, offense and offensive line is going to have to find a way to be able to get him some open holes to be able to, for him to be a little bit more successful.
318 yards on the season so far. Trying to add to that total tonight. This time gets a swing route out to the 44-yard line, 3rd down and 5.
This is going to be interesting, right? Because Ottawa isn't known for throwing the ball, all that well for yardage, man. But they have one of the better, touchdown to interception ratios right now in the league.
Lakeman on 3rd down completes the pass over the middle, gets it up to midfield, and that is good for a first down. Gore Trafford with the catch. Fresh set of downs.
And I'm actually impressed by the Lakeman. That's what I'm gonna call him. The Lakeman's touchdown to interception ratio so far in the season. He's got 6 touchdowns to only 1 interception coming into this week. That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. To only throw 1 pick through this many games. I mean, there's quarterbacks in this minor league that already have 10 double-digit picks on the season. And Lakeman the Lakeman with only 1 pick. 734 yards coming into the game for the Lakeman. I guess I got to jump on board with that. I mean, I don't want you to sound awkward saying it by yourself. So, I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, I think we might want to clear that with John Lakeman, right? Before we call him the Lakeman.
Absolutely not. Broadcasters get to do whatever we want up here in the. I'm kidding. Yeah, we probably should make sure he's okay with being called the Lakeman. But he's busy at the moment as he's currently playing football. 3rd down and 1 coming up from the Lexington 42-yard line. 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 1.
Salmons is good for 2.7. I think he can get this one.
Yeah, I would say. It looks like a good set to run out of. They're going to throw it. What do we know, Gerald? He gets it out to the fullback, Robert Ross. That will be good for a first down. Well, tricked the defense and tricked us up here in the booth, and it worked.
And they're pulling out all the stops in SFLm, ain't they? Just dumping it off to the to the fullback when everybody thinks he might hand it off to Salmons.
It's a trending hashtag on Twitter, I believe. Hashtag throw it to the fullback. It's a very popular phrase, something along those lines. The Lake man throws, and that one's nearly picked off. Great defensive coverage on that one, Gerald.
Oh, yeah, right as the receiver's trying to catch the ball, the defender hit him, was able to jar it loose there. And Andre Tucker almost got him an easy pick, but he wasn't able to. Like it bounced off his. Looked like he had fists instead of hands on that one.
Word coming down from the Ottawa sideline, Gerald. The Lake man is in. It's been approved. So the Lake man back to pass.
There we go.
Gets it out to Salmons and can only get up to the 34-yard line, a gain of about 4. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 on it's looking like a decent drive. It's been methodical, slow, small chunks of yards, I should say. Just on the outside of field goal range, though, Gerald. They need to keep going here.
Look like they're calling a hot route, see if they can make something happen.
Deep drop from Lakeman, and it's going to be complete. Short of the line to gain, up at the 29-yard line. Chaz Blackwater is the kicker. We'll see what he's able to do with this one.
It's gonna be somewhat of a long one, right? The week 2 signing. Gonna be to come in here and see if he can make the lead 5.
No, not yet. They're going for it. Offense still out on the field on 4th down. See if he's just trying to draw him off sides as the play clock ticks closer to 0 within 5 seconds, and it looks like the Lake man will call the timeout. And I guess it was worth a shot. You know, it's a first half timeout, not that big of a deal.
And this is if it's going to come on and try this kick. If he gets it, this is going to be one of the most oddest. The scoregami guys are going to love this if he makes this field goal, right? Like
5-0.
5-0. You know, it's like a baseball score.
So
what is
see.
What is it in rugby when they score? What they call it? It's not a touchdown. It's a try. It's 5 points.
Dude, I haven't watched a single rugby game once in my entire life. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going to take your word for it. But Chaz Blackwater lining up for what would be his first career field goal, and that one's on its way, and it is good from 45. So wow. Chaz Blackwater, perfect on the season with 1 of 1.
Look, he had some length on that there because, look, it hit 45 yards, hit the middle of the net up high. He could have hit it from 55.
Absolutely, man. Maybe we'll get to see that on their next drive, and we can see it 8-0. You know, just like I'm sure they drew it up in practice.
Confirmed. I see in the chat somebody confirmed it. It is 5 points in rugby. Yes.
Oh, excellent. That's right. Welcome to the rugby match here in Ottawa. It's the same general shape ball. All right, so much better starting field position now for the Lexington Miners, backed up to the 1-yard line after a great punt by Cale Barrett, forcing them to have limited room to work on their first possession, resulting in a safety, giving us this weird score. So Chad Moore, with 25 yards behind him, not really at risk of a safety this time around, to see what he can do on offense. Down by 5. Ball is handed off, and no gain on the play. In fact, it will be a loss. The starting offense for the Miners. Quarterback is Chad Moore. Halfback is Sean Sanders. Wide receivers are Dill Swayze and Joseph Boudet. The tight end, Xavier Solomon. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Offside I formation in the backfield. Moore under center. Moore's going to hand this one off to Sanders. Sanders with some room to run. And gets all the way up to the 49-yard line. A great burst of speed by Sanders. Moves the chains. First down.
Yep, and like I'm going to say right here, you're going to see how open they opened this up for him. Look, you could have drove a snowball truck right through there. Right? So And he gets going. It gets him, right at midfield, in their own territory. They're yards short, but very good gain. And
that one wasn't.
oh,
That was the exact opposite of a good gain. Oh, my goodness. Crumgeddon, the big defensive end for Ottawa, 6'3", 273 pounds. Just basically clotheslined him, Gerald.
yeah, he's like, I wasn't too happy that you ran on the left side of that line where I was. You made me look bad. Now I would try and make you look bad.
Yep. Ball is handed off to Sanders again, this time able to gain back the yards he lost, +1. Gain 3 on the play, 3rd down and 9 from midfield.
Look, and Lexington, right, has the number 2 pass offense in the league. Throwing for what they do. So this is going to be really, really interesting. Look like they're ready to air it out right here.
Moore to throw over the middle, and that one is complete. Moving the chains for a 1st down up to the 34-yard line, connecting with the tight end, Xavier Solomon. The starting defense for the Cavalry. Defensive end, we already saw him clothesline a guy, Crumgeddon. The linebackers, Timothy Welbrock-Bussey and Timothy Connolly. The corners are Zach Critch and Roy Towers. The safeties, Cody Tanaka, Matt Ryan, D'Amico Brewer, and G.B. Wallace. 2 wide receivers out on the field now for the Miners. Moore steps up, finds his target. Good for a 1st down, sliding catch up at the 23-yard line.
What was most impressive about that play right there was the quarterback, right? The pocket was just kind of surrounding him. He stayed calm. He just moved a little bit to his right, waited for his receiver to get open, and was able to hit him. That was impressive for a minor leaguer.
Yeah, absolutely. That was some professional pocket presence. Sanders, no gain on that play. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website. It can be found at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Chad Moore puts the ball in the air. That one is complete. Out to the fullback, Pierce Cooley. And Cooley gets it up to the 19-yard line, gains 4 on the play, 3rd down.
And how about these fullbacks getting some love today, right? As they start getting closer down and into their opponent's territory, they getting a fullback out of the backfield some love.
Yeah, absolutely. Empty backfield now for the Miners. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Moore steps up under pressure, throws, and it's tipped and nearly picked off. And it brings a promising drive to an end, but well within Victor Washington range as number 18 trots out onto the field for a field goal try. Washington has the most made field goals so far this season in the minor league. He's 8 of 9. This one will be from 35 yards out from the left hash.
Yeah, I would say it's going to cut it. It's going to turn into a really baseball score. It'll be after a quarter of the way through a game. Might be 3-5. Oh!
It is no good. You jinxed him. Gerald. Unbelievable. Shame on you.
Yes. I feel shame.
You sounded actually. Now I feel bad. 8 of 10 on the season is that one was indeed missed. So it will not be 5-3. Ottawa takes over at their own 25-yard line. 25 seconds to go. Quarter number 1. Lakeman in the gun. 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 to each side. Lakeman up top. That one is complete for a gain of 6. Out of bounds at the 31.
Yeah, and that was an excellent pitch and catch timing throw there, right? It's a nice rhythm, they have right there, right as he cut his route. Quarterback already had the ball out. He had to turn around and catch it.
Second down and 4. They don't have to snap this one. They could let the first quarter expire. I think they'll probably try to get one more play off, though. And they will. Lakeman throws out route down to the bottom. It's complete, but for no gain. Forget getting the tight end involved, Gerald. We're going to get the right tackle involved. Armand Burrell with the reception. The 6'5", 280-pound tackle. Hashtag throw it to the right tackle, as they always say. 5-0 at the end of the first quarter. Cavalry out in front. Not a box score we thought we would see. Let's see how much weirder things can get tonight. You're watching the Simulation Football League Minor League Season 6 on YouTube.
I'm just impressed that the tackle actually caught the pass.
His nice, soft, gentle hands. Lakeman to throw. Steps up, looks a little paranoid, but gets the pass away. Like I said, let's see how much weirder things can get. Michael Knight with the catch, 47 yards now on 4 receptions.
I think the Lakeman was well, I don't know what he was doing in the backfield, but it worked. He bought himself enough time and threw it. It's like he was doing a little shimmy dance or something back there. That's going to be interesting. The Lakeman Shuffle.
The Lakeman Shuffle's being brought to the league now. If it works, do it. Three wide receiver set. Short drop for the Shuffler. Gets that pass away. Isaiah King, the 4th. Oh, no, excuse me. That's Gore Trafford with the catch. First down up to the 33.
And that was a nice pitch and catch there, right? So he was patient back there, and he found his receiver, wide open. Was that Isaiah King the 4th? Seen in that? You sure? I thought it said catch? King the 4th on his jersey. Yeah, I thought I saw it.
Well, unless ones look like 4s. Listen, I don't have the best eyes. They're surgically repaired, but that only went so far. The Lakeman changing the play at the line. Short drop once again. Out route down to the bottom. That one is caught. Pretty sure that's a 3. Gerald Michael Knight with the catch.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a 3.
Fantastic. I got it right.
But yeah, so the Lakeman has been finding Knight on that out route, especially on this drive quite often. So seems to be successful, and they're in Lexington territory approaching the red zone.
Offset I formation. Looks like they might go back down to the run here, and they do. Salmons haven't had his number called in a little bit in the run game. That time it does indeed work. We'll give him a 3-yard gain up to the 22-yard line, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, and that was somewhat of a power run. It almost looked like he stunned one of the linebackers there. Kind of stunned him and kind of threw him off of him, had him stumbling back, and he was able to pick up the yards he needed for the first.
Trips formation down to the bottom. Lakeman does the shuffle and then does a short dump down. I guess that's just his thing. It's his way. He's got a way about him.
Look, man, he's got a patent that move. or else somebody's going to steal it.
Listen, if Ottawa doesn't open up a merchandise store and have a T-shirt that says the Lakeman Shuffle on it by the end of the night, I'm going to be disappointed because I would buy that shirt. And
you have to have him in that motion doing it like that.
Right there. He did it again. Oh, well, threw it to his receiver who was coming back the wrong direction. That one's going to cost him 3. Knight caught it, but loss on the play, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver was on his way back toward the line, and his momentum took him behind the line of scrimmage, and he just couldn't. After that, he just couldn't recover. The defenders were able to close on him and force this 3rd and long.
Empty backfield once again for the Lakeman. Oh, he's going to throw it short of the line to gain. It's caught. But it is indeed going to be a 4th down. Now, tell me that doesn't say 11. Gore Trafford.
I think it does say 11, but I believe they switched jerseys on us. I think that's Isaiah King the 3rd. 4th. I don't know Roman numerals.
Yeah, Roman numerals can be tricky.
Isaiah King IV.
I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Chaz Blackwater I do believe there was a numbering issue, Gerald. Chaz Blackwater out for his second field goal try. That one is up. That one is no good. 2 missed kicks. 2 missed close kicks. The minor leagues are crazy. Still 5-0.
His second attempt. Oh,
made the first one.
He booted the crap out of it. It was way up high on the post. Just gotta straighten it out a little bit.
Absolutely. So, Lexington, they'll take back over after a missed field goal, same way that Ottawa took back over after they missed their own field goals. So, Chad Moore, Lexington for their first points, avoids the first sack, does not avoid sack number 2. Absolutely thrown down to the turf. Caden Rowe, the 6'5" defensive tackle. That is a big man. A buffet boy, as Matt would call him.
Oh, how many buffets?
All of them. That's the thing.
But that was a credit to the DBs on that. You know, having nowhere for the quarterback to go. The linebacker came in on a delayed blitz, called the quarterback to caused him to think about a throw, and then the defensive line was able to come and clean it up.
Moore, after losing 7, throws this one out to the right. It almost looked like he was throwing it away, but it looks like he tried to get it down to Bidette. Incomplete pass, so 3rd down and 17. Kind of limits the playbook a bit, Gerald.
Yeah, it sure does. So it's 3rd and long, I believe now. So 3rd and very long. So I mean, even though they do have one of the higher powered passing attacks, I'm not sure how they're gonna pick this up.
Moore under pressure. I don't think they're going to pick it up. He's brought down once again. The buffet boy gets him a second time. Rowe with sack number 2, and he taunts him right in his face.
Yeah, he had absolutely no time with 2 guys right on top of him. It's like the offensive lineman didn't even want to block for some reason. It was weird. They just blew right by him. They got in there so fast.
4th down and 22. Not the way they wanted that possession to go. Rand Fullman standing about 7 yards deep in his own end zone to punt this one away. They'll be lucky if he gets it past the 40. And he gets the other yard past the 40, but it's returned up to the 38-yard line. And that is where the Cavalry will take back over, leading by 5. Are you liking the game so far? You can hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As the SFL approaches its 20th anniversary season, there is much, much more content to come. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or the SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Salmons gets the ball out to the right-hand side, 2nd down and 5.
Great first down play. Look, and I can see right now what the Ottawa coaches have done with this young quarterback in the Lake man, giving him high percentage passes, to be able to get himself in a rhythm. And that's one of the, the reasons why he's been able to stay as efficient as he's been with that ridiculously good touchdown to interception ratio he's got so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and it's going to be a free play. They're going to hand this one off to Salmons. Salmons gets more than the 5 yards the penalty would have generated. It'll be a first down. We'll get the call from the ref. Undoubtedly, this will be declined. And they do indeed decline it. It was called on Gerald Cumbus, the defensive end. Penalties declined, first down.
It almost seems like, him jumping off sides also took himself out of the play, quite a bit, right? He jumped off sides, wasn't able to get himself reset and just, allowed the offensive line to open up a huge hole there.
100%. Salmons ran right by him. That was the direction that he went. Smart move by Salmons. The Lakeman throws it over to the middle, and that was incomplete. Tried to hit Azami Mahata, the tight end. Falls harmlessly to the turf, 2nd down.
He wins the name game for the SFLm so far, in my opinion. Azami
Mahata.
Yeah.
I just hope I'm saying it right. I think I am. but I also thought that an 11 was a 14 and vice versa. So shows what I know. 4 wide receiver set on second down. Short pass over the middle. That one's caught by Isaiah King the fourth. We're just going to go with it, Gerald. 3rd down and 2.
And we got 2 number 11s running out there. It's kind of crazy. Maybe that's what's confusing when Lexington's defense. Hey, you come number 11. You got number 11, and there's 2 of them out there, and they kind of got a little bit confused.
There are 2 11s, aren't there?
Yeah.
Because that one was Trafford. What sort of chaos is this? Who's in charge of uniform equipment here? Lakeman down to the bottom, completes it to some guy. Who knows? We'll have no idea. It's Mahata. He gets his first catch of the ball game. 1st and goal from the 7.
Look, Mahata with that, he put his toe in the ground and turned right up. Man, you don't see some of the pros do that on the sideline. Be able to put their foot in the ground and turn right up to be able to get that stuff, right? The 2-way player from Mexico City. No, that's Motor City. MCV.
One of those cities.
Yeah, there's a lot of cities, man. They're all across the country.
Yeah, everywhere. Just almost like lakes, in fact. Salmons gets the handoff, gets the block, almost makes it in. He does. Touchdown. Dwayne Salmons gets just far enough across the goal line, and just like we thought it would be, Gerald, it's 11-0.
Dude, Salmons took a guy with his shoulder. Oh, right there. Is that a linebacker?
There was.
Wow.
Sure was.
Was that Noah Rager?
It looked like Noah Rager to me.
Oh man. Noah Rager's a big dude too.
Yeah, and he just got absolutely trucked by the 215-pound running back. Extra point is up. It is good. 12-0 now. Ottawa with the lead here at home. So as the season continues to roll on and on, Gerald, these wins become increasingly important. Starting out week 5 right now, it's the first game of the second half of the season, if you will. Both of these teams made it through the first half at 2 wins, 2 losses each. So they're looking up at several teams in the standings, looking down at a few too. Whoever wins this game will have a winning record. And obviously, the losing team a losing record to start the second half. So, it's the start of what could be a momentum shift for one of these teams.
Right, because you actually have 3 teams atop, right? Because there are only 4 teams that get into the playoffs here, so you got 3 teams that are sitting at 3-1. So, it's important for these teams, especially these 2 guys here, at 2-2 apiece, to be able to start separating themselves and keep up with those other teams that are 3-1.
Lexington right now looking up at the scoreboard and realizing they need to get something going. Sean Sanders tries to help him out with that. 9 yards on that carry, 32 yards so far on the ball game. 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, they got to get something going on offense here. They haven't had much, going on. They had that missed field goal. We could have cut it down to 2 points early on, and they missed it. And after that, they just haven't had anything. They've actually had a safety on them. Stuff like that, but they got to start scoring some points here.
Moore hands this one off to Sanders as well, gets the first down and a little bit more, tackled at the 40-yard line, moves the chains.
And that's a good run right there. So and it actually resets the downs, right? Here we are under 4 minutes. I don't know if they're going to get any kind of tempo offense right here, with being under 4 minutes, but just keep moving the chains. You're approaching midfield, and you can get yourself in a good position to score.
Moore hands this one off to Sanders. Once again, it's been all Sanders so far on this drive, and Gerald, he's getting it done. 7 yards there.
And it kind of makes you wonder, where was this like during the first quarter and the first 3 quarters of the second quarter, right? Where was this type of running game?
355 yards and 3 touchdowns coming into the night. He's averaging 4 yards per carry on the season. It's one of the best backs in the league so far. Wouldn't be surprised to see him used more throughout the night. Speaking of Moore, Chad Moore about to throw it deep down the middle. That was nearly taken away. It should have been. Trying to hit Boudet, but that didn't work.
Tanaka lit up the wide receiver on that one. Made him pay for trying to attempt to catch the ball. Wow.
3rd down and 3. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Short drop for Moore. Has time. Sidearms it. Completes the pass and gets the 1st down up to the 35. Great little pass to Swayze.
Yeah, and that was and he sidearmed it. I don't know if he had to get it around the defensive lineman, maybe putting their hands up on the line, but he kind of sidearmed it. Yep, there was a little alleyway there for him to throw it. He signed over right through it and got it to his wide receiver. And now they're inching closer to field goal range, along with, the red zone.
3 receivers, running back, and a tight end on the field for the Miners. Still outside of field goal range. They need something more. They're going deep here, and that one is tipped and incomplete. Trying to get some big chunk yards on that one, and it was not to be. 2nd down.
And Bo Dick was he got hit. Like, I don't know, man. Seems like they kind of mugging him back there.
Yeah, And welcome back to Ottawa, where the Cavalry are now in front 19-0 over the Lexington Miners. After quite the pick six from Roy Towers, a 6'1", 195-pound cornerback, taking it What was that, Gerald? 71 yards? All the way to the house?
71 long yards. And that was that's really not what Lexington needed to happen to them, right before half, to be able to go down 3 scores instead of just a 2, and possibly cutting it down to 1.
4th pick 6 on the season by anybody in the minor league this season. It was the first for Towers. Not common to see a pick 6 in the minor league, Gerald, and that one was not only a pick 6, it was probably one of the longest ones I've ever seen in any sort of simulation football.
Yeah, and the way he made the catch, right? It was like he was out of position. He made an acrobatic catch and kind of leaned back, caught it behind himself, and then caught it and was able to rebound and actually outrun the entire offense that was chasing him. Of course, you got some of the, Matt Wilson's buffet boys chasing him, but but he was able to do it and put his team, up 3 scores.
2-minute warning here in Ottawa. Yeah, Chad Moore back, trying to get it done here with 2 minutes to go, getting it down to Sean Sanders. He was just trying to do a little bit too much on that pick, Gerald. It was a nice out route by the receiver up to the top, but even a better read by Towers as he was able to jump right in front of the pass, bring it all the way back to the house. So now looking way up at the scoreboard, down 3 scores, 2nd down and 11.
And I'm not sure why they're playing a little bit conservative here, right? Maybe they're afraid to kind of turn the ball over with this, with such a little bit of time left in the game. But I mean, they just put themselves in a 3rd and really long here, and then and they're going to come out in a passing formation and be a little bit careful right here with the ball.
They're down in 11 more. Looks, steps up, throws, tries to get the first down. It's picked off once again, going back the other way. GB Wallace. Hey, remember when I said pick 6s were rare in the minor league? How about back-to-back drives? Touchdown, Cavalry. It's over, Gerald. It's not even halftime. It's over.
Man, it was like, and you got to be careful. He held on it too long, let his receivers get a little bit too deep, and then it looked like he threw a little bit too far, and GB Wallace was sitting there just waiting on it. And he takes it 55 yards, and that's one of the hardest things to do, is to actually take a pick 6 right up the middle through the heart of the offense, and he was able to do it.
4th interception on the season for Wallace. That's his first pick 6. He was in the minor league last season as well, and having a great season so far. That puts his team out in front 25-0 over the Miners. My goodness. And extra point try coming up by Blackwater. Extra point is up. It is good. Yep, 20. You can never count the kick good automatically in the minor league. Gerald, 26-0. Ottawa out in front.
And that's 2 defensive scores in less than 2 minutes by Ottawa. And look, Ottawa has I mean, they lead the league in points allowed by their defense, with only allowing 13.75 a game. And it's kind of showing up right now, right? And they do have the best pass defense in the league, and it's actually showing right now.
So 49 seconds to go. The Miners have all 3 timeouts. Gerald, they're down by 26. They have not yet scored. They've thrown pick 6s on back-to-back drives. What do you do here?
Well, one of the things that they've been successful at so far is actually giving the balls to Sanders in this, especially in the second quarter. I'd say just give it to him, go to halftime, and see what they need to clean up and do that.
That counted as the. It's just, when the wheels fall off the wagon, they really fall off the wagon. Sean Sanders bobbled that one. It actually fell incomplete. In my opinion, that was a forward pass. They ruled it a fumble. He picked it back up, ran forward. I'm not sure what's going on. For those of you that are also following the Lincoln-Annapolis game, that one has moved over to the SFL Twitch page. and it is back up and running as well. 10-7 there in that game. A little bit closer action over in Annapolis. Here
nice
in
move.
Ottawa, nice spin by Sanders. They'll burn a timeout as they have a 3rd down and 5. I'm kind of surprised that they called that timeout, Gerald. I mean, it shows confidence in your offense that you might be able to convert this 1st down, but yeah, it's a gutsy move. I think you might give Ottawa the ball back in good position.
Right, and this is where it gets a little bit scary, just like it did on the last drive.
More pumps, throws into traffic. That one's incomplete, and they will indeed have to punt. He's trying to connect with his receiver target, Chris Armstrong, and unable to do so. Rand Fullman on to punt for Lexington. The SFL minor league is underway, as you can clearly see here. But it's never too late to create your player and get him or her involved in the next rookie class. Season 20's rookie draft will take place on December 17th and 18th, so don't miss your chance. The sooner you create your player, the better your player will be on draft day. For more information, you can visit Simulationfl.net. And possibly you too can be a Louisiana Revolution.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go Revs!
Yeah, because look, and we may have some open spots on our team as well. We don't know how it's going to shake out, right? Re-signing and free agency's coming up, so so we'll see how that shakes out and see what we're definitely keeping our eyes on these minor leaguers to fill any potential open spots.
Lakeman. The Lakeman, we haven't seen him in a little while, does the Lakeman shimmy and gets a nice out route complete for a gain of 8. He seems to do it on every play, Gerald. I don't know if it's a nervous tick that he's got or if it's just what helps him throw the ball more accurately, but gosh, it's pretty.
He gets a little bit excited when he knows he's faking it off to Salmons. And he knows he's gonna throw. He's got to get that little shimmy in there before he gets the ball out. The Lake man cometh, man. He's just doing his thing.
He's doing his thing. His team's out in front.
I like it.
Can't complain. 26 nothing. I mean, this is shimmy all you'd like. You've earned it. The Lake man under center is going to hand the ball off to Salmons. Salmons met behind the line. Loses a yard. 3rd down and 3. There's 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Hands it off to Salmons again. Salmons gets the 1st down and more. If he had broken that one away, that would have been somewhat crazy. Timeout called. Looks like they'll come out for a Hail Mary formation.
Yeah, he almost, Salmons almost had that truck working, but as the defender was going down, he was able to grab a hold of him and bring him down with him. So that was quite possibly a touchdown saving tackle right there by the Lexington defender. Why I can't pronounce that? Lexington. Maybe I need to say it a little bit slower.
It's your Cajun accent that you got down there. Down the bayou.
Down the bayou. There you go. Not in the bayou.
I got it right. See, I've learned. You can teach an old man new tricks. I don't even know.
If you're old, I'm old. We're the exact same age.
That is true. We're basically twins. The Lake man uncorks a deep one down deep into the end zone, and it is picked off. So the one and only thing that has gone Lexington's way is a meaningless interception in the end zone to end the first half. So Jukin Rukin Jr. gets the pick. I guess it prevents the touchdown. It's not meaningless. Shame on me. Michael Knight laid out for that one. So that is how the first half's going to come to a close, Gerald. 26-0. Ottawa out in front. Your thoughts as we watch the first half stats and highlights, your thoughts of the first half of action.
Well, it started out as a defensive battle, right? In the first portion of that first half, and then it just turned out to where, Ottawa started moving the ball and being able to put some scores on the board, and the Miners haven't been able to do anything offensively. They got down there and then they missed their field goal chance to be able to make a field goal to cut the lead down a little bit. And then after that, it's like you said, right? The wheels of the wagons have kind of fall off, and Ottawa's just kind of been putting it to them ever since then, especially defensively. The last 14 points scored in the game has been by the Ottawa defense.
It sure has, and it all started with that highlight that you just saw. You know, Chad Moore starting out on the first offensive possession for the Miners at their own 1. You know, I mean, that safety just set into motion a series of events that just spelled out how this first half was going to go for them. This play that we're seeing right now was the best play that the Miners had all night. A nice long run by Sanders, and that's really all they have to show for it. You know, they missed a field goal, threw 2 pick sixes, like you said. There's 2 number 11s on the Cavalry, Gerald. That's been throwing us off as well. The Lakeman shuffle. I mean, it's been, man, oh man, what a weird game so far.
Yeah, look, and to give like a little bit of a first half kind of game ball, if you want to take it way back, K.L. Barrett Jr. punting that ball to the 1 yard line, and allowing Ottawa to be able to get that. Defense be able to step up and be able to get that safety, and it kind of just turned it all around, and it's in a snowball, as they say, not the dessert, not the southern dessert, but the Western New York snowball roll, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger deficit for the Miners.
And if things couldn't get any weirder than they already have, Gerald, somehow there's a cat in the broadcast booth now, and it won't stop circling my feet. It's an interesting night here in Ottawa.
Yeah, it's getting lost. Didn't know where we were once we got to the booth.
I had no idea. I was speechless. I looked down on the field and I thought, where am I? Welcome back to Ottawa, everybody, as we get the second half of action started. At some point, we'll figure out what exactly it is that we're doing, Gerald, and will actually sound professional. But until that time, this is what you get. Chaz Blackwater going to get the ball teed up, ready to kick off, get the second half underway. So Lexington ends the first half on a positive note, Gerald. The Jukenruken interception in the end zone, preventing even more points from Ottawa. And now they get the ball to start the second half. Would you say this is the most important possession they've had yet?
Oh, definitely. I mean, because they haven't done anything offensively at all to net themselves any points at all. So if they don't move the ball and be able to get some points out of it, look, a field goal is some points, but it's not necessarily what you need. You need touchdowns at this point. So they have to find a way to march down the field and be able to get points and actually be able to stop Ottawa from putting points on the board, just so they can have themselves a chance in the second half.
First down. Sanders is going to be hit in the backfield, so not how they wanted to get things going. A loss of 2. Crum Gedden, the defensive end, he's had a great night, Gerald.
Oh yeah, and Sanders took the wrong route. Like, the right side of the offensive line created a huge hole, and Sanders tried to take the cutback lane when there was no cutback lane. Instead, he met with Gedden.
More over the middle. That time he threads the needle. Solomon had a few catches tonight. Gets another one there. Cuts a bunch of yards off of what's needed. Third down in a much more manageable 3.
Right. And they can do just about anything right here, right? They can run, they can throw something short. A nice little short out route would do them some good here, especially with what they're looking like. They got man coverage right here. So it's playbook's open.
Oh no. Gerald, I feel their pain right now. Roy Towers gets his second interception.
Watch.
And things just go from bad to worse. He ran the route better than the receiver.
Yeah, dude, and that's film study by Towers right there, right? He's probably seen that in film and say, "Yep, I know exactly what's coming in right here. They're going to try to run that slant in my face, and I'm going to run the route, and the quarterback's going to throw it right to me." And that's exactly what happened.
All right, well, the Lake Man back out onto the field. It's been the Ottawa show here in Ottawa. Lake Man out route down to the bottom, connects up to Michael Knight. 8 receptions now on the day. Perfect. See, I mean, things are just going perfect for the Cavalry.
Yeah, and they've been efficient when they've had the ball, right? They've been making good decisions with their passes. Very, very good play calling. on the offensive side, well, on both sides of the ball for Ottawa to be honest with you. So, and they're just they can't do no wrong right now.
Salmons gets the handoff and gets the first down, runs up the middle, gets it to the Lexington 22-yard line. And they are knocking on the door of scoring more points.
Yeah, I think if Ottawa takes this and punches this in, I think it's it's got to be it's going to be extremely difficult, right? 2 scores is hard to come back in the second half, but these guys are going to have to end up coming back from 5 scores.
Salmons takes it for 3 up the right-hand side. Little slow to get up after that run. He's going to need some help from the Lake man. 2nd down and 7 inside the red zone.
Yeah, but they're just and like you said, they're not getting any chunk yardage at all by any means, but they're doing enough to move the chains, and they're just being really efficient with the ball today. Shimmy it.
Lake man shimmied. He shimmied. Salmons gets the ball. Gerald, I don't know why I get so excited. It's kind of ridiculous.
Look, and the good thing about that, he shimmied himself away from the pressure in the pocket. It was a thing of beauty.
It worked perfect. Just as they drew it up in practice.
I think the Lake man's having way too much fun tonight.
I know that we are. All the bizarre things we've seen. Salmon's right up the middle. Gets a nice gain up to the 6-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. Goes from a 3rd and 1 to a 1st and goal.
Yeah, I just
pile on more points.
Lexington just does not have an answer for anything that Ottawa has right now. They don't have an answer for the Lake man or his shimmy. Salmons is running the ball better than what he has, for a while, right? So he's only coming in the game averaging 2.7 yards a carry, and I know he's probably averaging more than that tonight. So they just had a well put together game plan thus far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's listen. From this point forward, teams are going to have to game plan against the Lake man shuffle.
It's gonna be a new thing. Watch. Look, there you go. 3.1.
Yeah, almost both running backs actually averaging about the same, Gerald. I mean, well, they are averaging the same, but the total yards are pretty equal too. Really, I mean, the difference has been the picks. Chad Moore with 3 interceptions, 2 that went for points.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. You take that away, and then you're back down to 12 points.
Right. It's still a much more manageable ball game. But alas, this time it's not going to be. That one is good for another Ottawa touchdown. And Isaiah King IV with the inappropriate celebration. I will not dignify that, sir.
Well, Lake man has a shuffle. Isaiah King says, I'm going to,
moon the home crowd. Why is he mooning the home crowd, Gerald? We're in Ottawa. What's he doing?
It's practice. Practice when he goes on the road.
Practice when he goes on the road. Fan up in the stands. I don't know.
Maybe he was getting heckled. I don't know.
He could have been. Somebody was making fun of him for wearing 11 when it was supposed to be 14. Extra point try. Chaz Blackwater, he's been a busy guy tonight, Gerald. He had no field goals before tonight's ball game. Now he's got a couple of them and a whole plethora of extra points. I'm breaking out the big words now as we are running into garbage time already midway through the 3rd quarter. My goodness, what are we going to talk about? The SFL network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Just announced this week, ESTV is now live on Prime Video and on the Freevee app. You can download the ESTV Plus app on your Android, iPhone, or through your smart TV before season 20 today. How about that? Prime Video. We're moving up to the big leagues, Gerald.
Have we not been in the big leagues?
Oh yeah, I guess we kind of have.
Yeah, man. Like we on national TV these days. It's a good thing.
True. That's true. Chad Moore. He's going to try to rely on Sean Sanders a little bit more. You know, I'm never in favor of just totally abandoning the run. My God, 98 is gigantic. But when it's midway through the third quarter and you're down 33 points, it may just be time to throw caution into the wind, even more than you already have, and just see what you can get done through the air. Didn't you say that Lexington came in with one of the best passing games so far this season?
Yes, they are number 2 in the league. Number 2 in the league in their passing attack. So it's pretty surprising that they haven't been able to do anything, right? But on the flip side of that, Ottawa actually has the number 1 pass defense. So I mean, look, does a good offense beat a good defense, or is it vice versa, right? So I think we're seeing that the good defense is beating the really good offense.
Yeah, well, it's that old adage, right? The unstoppable object against the immovable force. Is that what? I think that's how it goes. I usually get those things wrong.
I think it's the unstoppable force against the immovable.
Yeah, it's
just,
one of those.
You just confuse the crap out of me. Right, I don't know how it goes.
Two birds in a bush is better than killing one with a stone, something like that. Sanders, I get some of those wrong sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you some of my Cajun stuff that nobody's ever gonna understand at all.
No. Hey, listen, some of the adages are hard to remember. Like, what is it? You can lead a horse to water, but not if it only has 2 legs. Something like that.
Hey man, I don't like where you're going with the 2-legged horse. I just had an image of,
Third down and 2, Gerald. It's third down and 2. Lexington trying to keep things going here. They're up to the 47-yard line right now. If they can cross midfield, then there might still be a chance on this drive. I've never seen a green horse in real life either. I'm just throwing that out there. Moore in the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Pressure getting there, and that wobbly pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Boudet. He didn't get leveled this time, Gerald, but it does bring the drive to an end. I'd argue it's 4-down territory all the way out.
Yeah, I think it is too. Look, and a wide receiver ran a good route. I just think he was a little bit kind of.
He just stands there. It's like, oh, I missed.
Yeah, it was. I just really think Chad Moore let him a little bit too far. I think if he hits him right after he comes out of his cut there, I think he has a completion. But hit and here they are punting right with less than half of the third quarter left, and they're just running out of time.
Pullman punts that one away, back down at the 18-yard line, and Ottawa back out onto the field on offense, looking to try to get the 40-point mark on this next drive. You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. You can see all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Lakeman. The Lakeman gets it out to the fullback, Robert Ross. Good for a gain of 3. That's quite the telling comparison right there.
Yeah, and the passing defense of Ottawa has been just smothering anything and everything, and they've I don't know what they have. They have like at least 3 sacks, I believe, on the day, and and 3 picks to go along with it. 2 of them for pick sixes.
Salmons up the middle. That one only not a short gain. I guess he got 4 yards on that one. 3rd down and 3. The Lexington defense really needs to help out their offense here, either forcing a quick 3 and out, or they could really use a turnover. I'm not sure if Ottawa would actually throw here. Doesn't look like it from this set, but I guess you never know.
Yeah, it looks. I think it's a run.
And you lose. Well, kind of. It's the long handoff, as Matt will always say. Salmons gets the ball and gets tackled. So a great defensive stop there. Nice open field tackle. Who was that? 57 on Lexington. The outside linebacker, Bill Crenshaw, with a nice open field tackle. Gets the quick 3 and out. So, I mean, you know, I said it was over. It's not over. They're down by a lot. They need something to go right on offense, and it has to start on this drive. There's 3 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, and they just and Lexington just hasn't had much of anything going in on an offense, right? I don't even think they had 100 yards of total offense in the first half, and it's not looking very good right now with only 3 minutes left in the third.
They've got to do something, or I'm going to start trying to come up with some more old adages and just see how many I can mess up. Like the early bird flocks together with the other birds, something like that, I think. Offset I formation. Trust me, it makes sense in my head. Moore to throw. Steps up and he stepped right up into the sack. Once again, Caden Rowe. I mean, he could shut down an Old Country buffet by himself. And he just shut down that offensive play.
And he's like one of these walk-on type fellas that just joins the squad. Get that man a contract. Got 3 sacks on the day.
Like they always say, don't judge a book by the worm. Or was it the early bird that gets the worm? Out route up to the top. That one's good for a gain of 10. So at least it gets most of the, it gets all of the sack yardage back and then some. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, it seems like Ottawa was playing a little off there and just gave him an easy 10 yards, and Bodette was able to, catch it and turn upfield before he actually stepped out of bounds a little bit down. I think if he would have stayed in bounds, he might have got close to picking it up.
Moore in the gun on 3rd down. 4 down territory's got to be. We'll see what they can get on this one. Well, good. They don't even need to go for 4 down territory. Possibly no huddle wouldn't be a bad option, but they will have the 1st down at midfield.
Yeah, I saw the formation and thought to myself, man, they've been running slants out of that formation most of the game, and it just hasn't been successful. I was kind of nervous for them right there, but it seemed like they're coming out again in the same formation.
Moore trying to get this number 2 passing offense going. That time straight into the hands of his receiver. He's looked like he was kind of laying out there for a little while. Oh, he's back up on his feet. Bodette, his intended target, incomplete.
Let's go. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he just couldn't corral it in, and now 2nd and 10. We're gonna see what they do. And on 2nd and 10, they're going to run. I find this odd. You pass on 1st and 10.
Wrong again, Gerald.
Yeah.
More to throw.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, he maybe should have ran there. Moore going deep down the left-hand side and did not work. Roy Towers, look at him. He's just like, I've only got 2 picks. I need 7.
He's fired up, man. Like
he is fired up. He should be fired up. He's got every right to be fired up.
He's look, just his pick 6 is single-handedly has his team in the league because Lexington has no points.
He wants to have his cake and eat it too. I got one right, Gerald.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't mean what it actually means. What
Probably not.
It means.
Well, I think it means that he wanted the pick and the touchdown, and he got it. Right?
Right. No.
Solomon got a catch, though. We know that much.
Like if you think about that saying, you're like, hey, if I have a cake, you should be able to eat it. Why can you have the cake and no one wants you to eat it too? He has his cake and he's eating it too. Would you have a cake and would you give it to everybody else?
I don't know. Cake's not really that good. Cake is overrated. Can we agree on that? Or it's like, yeah. Moore just got sacked again, Jordan. Story of his life, I tell you. That's the way the game's been going. Gerald, this guy, Nicholas McFadden, is 6'8", 320 pounds. He says, you think Caden Rowe is big? I've eaten sandwiches bigger than Caden Rowe. This guy is enormous. Where did they find these defensive linemen?
I don't know what they're feeding him. Maybe he's eating a lot of cake. He has eaten his Kikadita too.
Roy Towers gets it off the deflection. Can anything go wrong for Ottawa? This is insanity. Look at it, right into the hands of Morgan Hill, and he's like, I don't want this ball, Roy. You take it, and just pitched it right back to him. 3 picks on the night for Roy Towers. Somebody draft that man.
He wanted good stuff, and he's getting it. Can't do any wrong. Every bounce is going Ottawa's way, and they're just not squandering any opportunity that's right in front of them.
Gotta call up Ramos and make some early draft notes here about potential players. Troy Salmons. Troy. I don't know. See, I got Roy on my mind now. Dwayne Salmons with a 2-yard loss on that one.
Yeah, he's just and at this point, man, I think that's what they just need to do from Ottawa's standpoint, right? I mean, I think they handily have it in control. So I don't think they need to do anything risky with the ball.
Probably not. They're just, a couple run plays, both for a loss. I don't think they're really going to be too terribly upset with those, as they'll have a 3rd down and 15 coming up to start the 4th quarter. 3 quarters in the books. 1 remains here in Ottawa, 33-0. Cavalry out in front. I'm Mike Diggs. He's Gerald Smith. The chaos on the field brought to you by Roy Towers almost single-handedly. He's got a pick 6. He's got 2 other picks. There was another pick 6 by G.B. Wallace. A lot of scoring by the Ottawa defense and just absolutely dominating in all aspects. This time they'll have to punt this one away. K.L. Barrett, we haven't seen him since the opening possession, I think, Gerald.
Yeah, I think he's like, I made my money with my first kick of the day by pinning him back and allowing my team to be able to get that safety and put us up early in the game and get all the momentum.
Well, that's the thing. They did get all the momentum, and as they say, Gerald, they want to strike while the iron is hot, and they sure did as they put their foot on the gas right from the get-go and have not let up yet. It's almost like I have a whole list of old adages right here in front of me.
Yeah, I have none. I don't have any at all.
It's okay, Gerald. That's what you have me for. Although somebody did remove the cat from the booth, so at least we've got that going for us now. It was a nice cat, but awfully distracting. 3 wide receivers out to the right. And they're going to hand this one off to Sanders. Sanders goes up for a gain of 1, and that is all. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. More running around. That's not quite the Lake Man shuffle, if I might say so myself. That was the more scramble. It did not work. 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it was crazy watching him navigate through the pocket, man. Seeing as something, it had, me thinking, something really good is going to happen, but he just kind of, rolled out, then rolled back in. I've never seen a quarterback roll back into the pocket, but he seemed to do it on that one. And then it just kind of tried to throw it and just kind of fell to the ground.
Moore sidearms this one over the middle, straight into the hands of Matt Ryan. And falls down to the turf, 4th down and 9. I think we're going to see Rand Fullman back on the punt. Yep, there he is. So that drive, another quick 3 and out. Lexington just can't quite figure things out tonight on offense. Gerald, nothing has gone their way.
Yeah, they just and credit to Ottawa's defense, man. They just schemed really well, and they've shut down this high-powered passing attack that Lexington has. And Lexington, if I'm not mistaken, I mean they are. I think they have like the highest, the number 1 offense in yards per game. on the season, and for them to just shut them down and shut them out for over 3 quarters now is pretty surprising.
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, they've looked good in all aspects. Offense, defense, special teams. They ticked all 3 boxes, and it's gotten them to where they are now. I mean, unless there's some sort of epic collapse. As I say that, I'm waiting for him to throw a pick. Isaiah King, the 4th, the target there, his first miss of the day. But unless there's some sort of epic collapse, they're going to go to 3-3 with good momentum heading into the second half of the season. 3-2 with the winning record heading into the second half.
Right, and and pending all in any other results, man, it might put them right in the mix with with these other teams that they're going to get their stuff played out and everything else. Right, it puts them right back in their driver's seat to be able to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. Coming into the week, the Albuquerque Adams were 3-1, and depending on the outcome of that game, obviously they'll still have a winning record either way. But that's who Ottawa takes on next week. So it's a battle of 2 teams with winning records next week for Ottawa and Albuquerque. On 3rd down and 5, swing route out to the right will not be enough for the first down. So Cale Barrett back on to punt once again for Ottawa. And Lexington, they've had so many opportunities, Gerald. They've gotten the stops that they've needed. They've been down in the red zone. They've been in scoring range. They've even kicked a field goal that I believe, if I remember correctly, was only 35 yards out. Missed it.
Right. And if Ottawa really wanted to put it away, right, they would have said, hey, let's just go for this and just try and just put another nail in the coffin, so to speak. But Lexington just isn't looking really crisp at all, and they've just been outplayed and outcoached by Ottawa in every aspect of the game.
Lexington next week taking on the Tacoma Grizzlies, another team that was at the 500 mark, 2-2 after the first 4 weeks of play. So they'll have to take them on next week. Still trying to get some things going, Gerald, but it's just not happening. Another interception. This one, could we see 3 pick sixes? My goodness. No, we did not, but 1st down and 10 just outside of the red zone is another interception. Zach Critch getting that one.
Yeah, and they just can't. I have no words. They're just Ottawa's just all over the place, and and Lexington just can't do anything on offense at all.
So if anybody's looking,
I just have nothing else to say.
No, well, hey,
they're just on top of everything.
I was going to move on to a whole new topic. If anybody was looking to maybe purchase a new home for their family, we know of a nice one for sale down in Gray, Louisiana. If you've ever wanted to live down by the bayou, maybe have an alligator as a pet, nice home happens to be for sale down there. If you are interested in moving down to the New Orleans area, contact Gerald Smith. He'd be more than happy to sell his house to you.
On the cheap.
We'll even give you the SFL discount. You'll get $5 off your purchase. That's right. You heard it here first. Second down and goal from the 3. I'll cover the $5, Gerald.
Yeah, cool. I'm strapped.
Oh, man. 33-0 is the 7.5 minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Approaches. 2 wide receivers in the formation for Ottawa. What's the earliest we've ever seen the backups coming? We still got the Lake man in there right now, but Archie Archuleta, number 2, he's chomping at the bit on the pine to get out on the field and have his shot.
I don't think the league man wants to allow that. I think he's like, nah, man, I gotta do the interception.
Shuffling.
Right. I gotta do this play action, do my shuffle, and then throw a touchdown.
Well, right now he's going to hand that one off. It's not going to be a touchdown as Salmons gets absolutely steamrolled. Todd Rigsby with the hit. 4th down and goal. And Blackwater on for another field goal try.
Yeah, this one should be a chip shot.
Should be. He did miss one earlier. I think he missed the one from 25.
I tell you what, I hope he didn't skip leg day this week because he sure is going. He's been using it tonight.
By the way, let's see. Field goal's up. It's good. 36-0. Friend of mine who's watching the game agrees with me, Gerald. Cake is overrated. So that's, I've got 2 votes for cake is overrated. It's just not that good. It's just dry.
Well, it depends. Like you can't just throw a blanket statement like cake. All right, so there's cookie cake.
All
there's
right.
ice.
Oh well,
there's
see
ice
that's
cream cake.
A cookie cake is just a giant cookie. You can call it a cake all day long. It's just a giant cookie, and it's one of the most magical creations ever made.
It's the best. Like I really want. I don't know if they make it. I want a macadamia cookie cake. It's always been chocolate chip.
They might not make it, but I know. I mean, Gerald, we could bake a macadamia nut cookie cake. We could do it, you and me.
Dude, I love that, dude. Because I go to like a local restaurant here called Walk-Ons. Man, they do like this in this small cast iron skillet. They'll bake you a cookie and then throw some ice cream right on top of it.
So now I'm mad at you because I was there and you didn't bring me there. I mean, you took me to the snowball plates a couple times, and listen, if you haven't had an authentic Louisiana snowball, you are missing out. For all the viewers that have not heard of a stuffed snowball, when Gerald told me about a stuffed snowball, I thought that doesn't even make sense, but it's one of the most delicious things ever. Cookie dough ice cream inside a shaved ice lime snowball. It sounds bizarre. It was amazing. What flavor you got? You said you got what, a Mardi Gras snowball?
Yeah, it was a Mardi Gras snowball. So it comes with like 3 different flavors, and I don't even know what the flavors were. I just know it was purple,
it's just
green, purple, green, and yellow.
I'm gonna guess grape, lime, and lemon. Gerald, there's only so many flavors with those colors.
Yeah, I guess it was delicious. Cookie dough. I had to do the cookie dough in the middle of it, and it was amazing.
So somebody, I think, did it scroll away? Somebody in the chat, Skittles. We'll just go with Skittles. He says ice cream cake, way better. Way better than what? Cookie cake? I mean, ice cream cake is good. It also is not actually a cake, by the way. When I say cake is overrated, I'm talking about like actual like flour and sugar and egg cake, like poof, just bland. But ice cream cake is good. I'd rather have I love chocolate chip cookies. So big old chocolate chip cookie cake. Somebody wants it. Now I'm hungry, Gerald. Dang, we gotta go for a snowball.
No, you know what would be really, really good? You know, we need to make up in Western New York some like good Southern pecan pralines, man.
I don't even know what that is. No.
What?
Listen, apparently you didn't give me the whole Louisiana experience.
we had a mission. We had to get drone footage of the city.
We did though. We got the gator drone footage. We got a few. We haven't even seen them all yet. So see, look at it. We are causing chaos in the chat. Axel Raven, it's 9:20, and I want to go bake a cake now. Don't bake a cake, bake a cookie, Axel.
Yes, and throw some ice cream on top of it.
There you go.
It's baked. While it's still warm.
Right.
Throw some ice
Fresh
cream on
out
top
of the
throw it
oven.
in a bowl.
Yep.
And
Little
eat
a
it.
la mode action going on. Oh dang, Gerald! There's a football game going on too. 3rd down and 5. Forgot we were calling a game.
Salmons.
Well, yeah, he ran the ball, as it were. Less than 4 minutes to go in this ball game.
Right, and they're just milking the clock. I'm surprised like the backups aren't in yet. It looks like they still got the starters out there.
Yeah, certainly sounds like the backup broadcast crew is in, but I guess they'll get by. 7 on the line for Lexington. Oh, Where was that defense earlier?
Archuleta's in.
Stuffed like a snowball, Mark Rams. Is he?
Yeah.
Archuleta's out there. Beautiful.
The Lake man decided to just let the backup get in there.
Well,
also
he's
got the
shuffling
backup
on the
running back,
sideline.
Mr. Chelsea.
He's got his Gatorade cup in his hand. And he's just shuffling away on the sideline right now.
I know, man.
Barrett.
If we can only get Cam to just give us a shot of that sideline, I want to see that shuffle.
I know, right? Just shuffling away on the sideline, spilling his drink all over the place. The shuffle's too aggressive to hold that drink steady, but there's plenty of cups, plenty to go around. Barrett gets it back to the 25, return up to the 28, 2.5 to go. And, it's one thing to shut out your opponent. It's a whole nother thing to shut him out in this sort of fashion. So backup defense is likely in too, Gerald. So now is a prime opportunity for Lexington to at least get that 0 off the board.
Right. And look, and it's an opportunity, man, if they just want to just kind of, I don't know, if even down, if you get one score and you're still down 29 points, I don't know as much as saving face, but it's just something that you can say, hey, we were somewhat successful at something.
Well, at least get you ready for next week. So it looks like, I don't know, that might be pass interference or roughing the passer. I don't know. The cameras went right back over to the defensive line. Now it's shooting at a tight end. Yep, pass interference called on Ottawa. We'll call that one on number 29, Brad Banker. The banker coming off the bench to help play garbage time for Ottawa and commits a penalty. Let's see right there. Yeah, he kind of a little bit early contact there, Gerald.
You know, and I've actually seen it mentioned in the chat, and I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen more of him too. Right? Somebody mentioned with Robert Brady being one of the most dominant defenders on the defensive line for Lexington, and he's kind of been like a non-factor today at all. Right? They haven't been able to do much at all on both sides, especially the offense. Right, the defense is getting their stops, but it's been stuff on both sides.
I don't know about you. I can't stop thinking about a nice warm chocolate chip cookie with ice cream on it. I know you just said something about the football game, but I was daydreaming about ooey gooey chocolate chip cookies. So,
man, I'm really gonna go. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna make me some macadamia nut cookies.
2-minute warning after this play, and that's how we get to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in this ball game. All Ottawa. Lexington. They're marching down the field, though. Gerald still got a little ways to go. See if they can get any points before this one's out.
Yeah, they're in Ottawa territory. See if they can make something happen.
4 wide receiver set and a tight end. Chad Moore in the gun. Moore looks. Pressure. Incomplete. I wonder what other snowball varieties would be good. Like cookies and cream ice cream. Oh, you know what would be good? Cookies and cream ice cream inside a lemon snowball. Why didn't I try that?
Dude, you have to literally have to try one of the combination flavors, like the Mardi Gras. They got the Who Dat, right? It's like a yellow. I think it's an ice cream flavor, which is yellow, which is odd thing.
Yeah, that's pretty strange.
And then a dark color is like a chocolate flavored. Yeah, and you just throw whatever else in it, or hey, look, a lot of people get the Hannah Montana. I have no idea what's in the Hannah Montana snowball.
Well, that sounds terrifying, Gerald.
There's all kind of
borderline inappropriate. I'm just not going to go there. Moore throws. He throws to Ottawa because that's just what he does tonight. Mike Carroll with the interception. I lost count, Gerald.
I think that's number 5 or 6. Let's just go with 6.
Oh, Gerald. Ty Patak in the chat. The Who Dat just tastes like disappointment and cap issues. Shots fired.
Yeah. Look, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Look, if we talking about it, it's problems here. I tell you. Last Sunday was terrible.
That was funny.
I can't defend that, man. I just can't.
You've got nothing.
I can't. It's kind of the truth.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful.
Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart.
Oh, pain.
I'm definitely having after that comment. I'm definitely having cookies and ice cream while I cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, that's what the Lexington fans are going to be doing tonight too. Unfortunately, 36-0, not able to get any points against the backup crew, and in fact, one of the backup corners actually got that interception. Mike Carroll, Herman Chelsea, now in at running back for Ottawa, trying to force Lexington to burn the remainder of their timeouts and close this one out. First down and 10. From the Ottawa 33, minute 26 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I think it's over here. I think they can basically kneel the game out.
Yeah, well, they're certainly going to try. So one more timeout. I think technically with the game clock, they can't completely kneel it away. So we might see one more Cale Barrett punt as time expires. But ultimately, this is going to be it. There's some pushing and shoving going on down on the field. Yeah, it's been a hard-fought game from Lexington, but anything that could go wrong did. Starting with the safety, and then multiple pick sixes. What do you attribute it more to, Gerald? Is this more of great gameplay and game planning by Ottawa, or just mistakes being made by Lexington, or a combination thereof?
I think that Ottawa, the way that they game plan, especially defensively, caused those mistakes to happen, right? They actually forced it was a lot of forced turnovers by the Ottawa defense that Lexington just did not have an answer for anything, right? Everything, it seems like, the Ottawa defense seemed like they were in the darn huddle and knew exactly what was coming, when it was coming, and where he was going to throw the ball, like pre-snap. And they were just ready for it. They just shut every aspect of it down, even the run game. I mean, they didn't have a chance to really establish run game because they got behind so quick.
Final kneel down by Archuleta will bring the game almost to a close. Cale Barrett Jr., the guy who got it really started for Ottawa tonight with that punt all the way down to the 1. He is on the field one final time to punt the ball up into the air, and time will probably expire by the time it is caught. And that should bring us to a close here in Ottawa, 36-0. As Barrett awaits the snap. Punt is away. Clock is at 0. And tackled back at the 34. That is it from us here in Ottawa. 36-0. The Cavalry over the Miners. Gerald, completely lopsided game as we look at these stats. What stands out to you the most?
The defense. It's just the defense, and look, and the defense forcing 6 turnovers out of it all, right? So, and Ottawa didn't go nuts on offense. They did just enough to put themselves in a good situation and didn't have any mistakes. Their lone interception was just something that was just, hey, a Hail Mary pass, just trying to get something at the end of the half. But their defense showed up and really shut down the number one offense in yards. Yeah. So, and they completely shut them down like hugely and forced lots of turnovers, which, 2 of those, got taken back for touchdowns, as they picked it off, ran it for touchdowns. So, and once that happened, it was just they just ran away with the defense. Won the game. I think that's what I mentioned in my opening there. That is that the defense is gonna, whatever defense executes the most, and it was really lopsided defensively for sure.
Lexington returns home next week. They will host Tacoma. Ottawa, they'll remain here. They will host Albuquerque. Ottawa with a winning record now. They advance on the season to 3-2. Lexington will fall to 2-3. That's how they get the second half of the season started. As we see the final highlights wrap up, the player of the game in this one, none other than Roy Towers. And why not? 3 interceptions, 1 for a 71-yard pick six, and why not even credit him with a tackle and a tip? This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Final score, 36-0 Ottawa for Gerald Smith, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit on each and every single broadcast. I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Have a good night, everybody.